Hi guys, this is Minerva and welcome back to our channel. So we have done some legwork on how to prepare your express entry, some of the different types of express entry such as the Federal Skilled Worker Program and the category-based express entry draws. But I want to touch a little bit today on common reasons why your express entry may be rejected. Stay tuned and listen to the end. All right, so now that you've prepared your express entry profile and you were successful in getting an invitation to apply, then you get that bad news that your application has been rejected because you did not meet the criteria that they were looking for. So majority of the time it's documentation, documents that you have actually provided in support of your express entry application does not match to what you have on your profile. So it's very proactive to make sure that you do have the correct documents to upload. One of those documents are your education credential assessment, right? Make sure that when you are submitting, it's not just based on what you think, it's based on what you had on your profile. So if you did a WES, we most commonly use the WES, World Education Services, but there are actually 5 education credential assessment organizations approved by the government that you can choose to get your education assessed. What that means is that previous education you had in your home country, you would ensure that you do have that qualification to prove what your qualifications are matching to in Canada, right? So if you did your World Education Services, your WES education credential, and it did say something like equivalent to a 4-year bachelor's in Canada, make sure you upload that document and that certificate number matches what you had on your express entry profile. If that's not the case, you could be faced with your application being rejected, right? The next one would be your police clearance. Read the instructions and follow them clearly. Make sure you are doing the correct police clearance report, right? So for some of you who may be in Canada and have applied maybe to the Canadian Experience class or another express entry approved program, then make sure that you're doing 2 police certificates, one for in Canada and one for your home country. Now, if you did one for your home country before you came to Canada and you never left Canada during that time period, then that police record is still valid. However, if you did a police record before you came, or you never did one before you came, and you left out of the country, that police record is no longer valid, so you will need to redo that police record. Now, there are many approved agencies across Canada that works in line with RCMP that does these fingerprints, that you can go and do your fingerprints and send them back to your home country for it to be processed, right? So you would need to do one for inside Canada, and you would need to do one for your home country, right? And then the last one, or one of the most common one, not necessarily the last one, is your work experience. make sure that your work experience has details written on it. So if you had prior work experience to coming to Canada and it's a skilled job and you had stated that on your Express Entry profile, make sure that it is not just a vague employment letter, right? Or reference letter, meaning that the employer just wrote that you were there working from XYZ to XYZ, you were working X amount of salary, and your job title was this. That's not sufficient enough. It should state that what your knock position is. You can provide that to your employer if you are not sure, and you can go on the website and check for the knocks and then give them that description, and then they should state your duties and your job description, right? So those are what IRCC will more or likely be looking for in when they're looking at your work experience, right? So those are some of the common reasons you could get a rejection with your Express Entry profile. So make sure that when you have gotten that invitation to apply, you are matching back the details. You're giving them all the supporting documents that they request to be on that file. I wish this was a useful information for you. I hope it was useful information for you. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment on this video, and if you need advice on this or any other immigration advice, you can contact us at macbeanimmigration@gmail.com or WhatsApp us at 416-991-8131. See you in the next video.